and all you heard was a pop. Sounded like a little firecracker. Kind of just looked around for a minute, and then Bentley just started screaming and holding the back of his head.
The child shot is recovering. He was shot in the head. And take a look at the BB pellet that is still lodged in his skull. It's quite a survival story. That 5-year-old, we've learned, has no brain damage and no apparent serious injury.
Talk about a miracle. And tonight we've just learned from police that a 14-year-old boy has admitted to police that he fired the BB gun that struck that little boy. Our Jenny Runovich tonight is here with those breaking developments. Jenny.
Andrea and police tell me the 14-year-old said he was with his friends firing BB guns, the kind you can pump up. He admitted that a BB from his gun hit the child. Now that teen could face a criminal recklessness charge. That'll be up to the prosecutor. Meanwhile, the little boy, remarkably, is not seriously hurt.
Bentley Chestnut, stuffed animal in tow, scampered around the lobby of Riley Hospital like he could never run out of energy.
He's back to his normal self.
Except this precocious 5-year-old was shot 3 days ago. He has a BB pellet lodged in his head.
So you can see right there is where it went in at.
Surviving this, doctors say, with no lasting brain damage is nothing short of a miracle. 1 millimeter over, and he would have bled to death.
It didn't damage any blood vessels, and it's wedged actually between several major veins. We see lots of different gun type injuries in children, and some stories are not so happy. But we have every now and then a freak accident like this with the child living a completely normal life.
He's very lucky. Very lucky. Anything different and we could be having a whole different story right now.
My nephew is bleeding out the back of his head.
Family members called 911 Friday night after the shooting. It happened here at the entrance to Kilbuck Trace in Anderson. Bentley and his relatives were on his grandpa's golf cart. Police say the shot may have come from behind these trees.
I think somebody shot, like we're riding a golf cart, and I think somebody shot him in the head with a BB gun, and he's bleeding.
And all you heard was a pop. Sounded like a little firecracker. Kind of just looked around for a minute, and then Bentley just started screaming and holding the back of his head.
Nick Adams wants to believe it was an accident, but wants the shooter to come forward.
If it was children, where were their parents? My children would never be outside playing with a BB gun at 10:30 at night.
As for Bentley, doctors say it's too risky to remove that BB. It'll stay in his skull.
He'll have a story to tell when he gets older.
And aside from a few restrictions, Bentley can go back to being a kid. Judging from his energy in the hospital, he's already there.
Now, Anderson police say if prosecutors charge that 14-year-old who admitted to this shooting, it'll be all handled in juvenile court. They are still interviewing the other boys who were with them. Meanwhile, Bentley just got released from Riley just a couple of minutes ago, and he is now headed home to Anderson. Doctors will have to take more x-rays. They said they'll bring him back in next week, then every couple of weeks, and then about once a year, just to make sure that BB doesn't move or cause any additional damage.
Well, you said that it's really too dangerous to try to remove it. Is there a risk of it being in there and causing damage? Or
well, they said that's why they need to monitor it. It's actually too risky to have surgery. Even an MRI won't work because of the metal in the BB could be dangerous to him. So it's something they'll just keep having to watch. But gosh, he looks good right now.
Well, he does. That was a quick turnaround. But just riding on a golf cart with his family.
I know. Scary.
All right. Thank you, Jenny.